But the Russian people aren't too happy about it. A local Ukrainian professor from Baylor says the leader of Russia is now more vulnerable than he's been in years. Professor Sergei Kudelia says that the draft has led to mass protests and thousands of arrests in the country. Kudelia is also saying that Russia's military failures may be leading to arguments between Putin and his allies.
Military command and leadership is the one that is conducting this operation. If they feel that they cannot competently conduct these operations, given the Putin's interference, we may as well see a backlash coming from within the military as well.
Kudelia told our own Andrew Moore that some Russian soldiers are also angry after not being supplied properly and feel that they are being used as simple cannon fodder. Even if the draft is successful, he says Ukrainians are well positioned to now gain additional ground. A 42-year-old man is in critical condition after he was shot in Killeen last night. This happened around 7:30 along East Dean Avenue. Police saying that several cars sped off when officers arrived on the scene, and multiple witnesses to what happened refused to provide police with any information. Killeen PD are now looking for the people inside of those cars. And terrifying video. Take a look at this from a Colorado Police Department. Shows the moment a patrol car with a woman inside gets hit by a train. This happened in Fort Lupton. Police reportedly pulled the woman over next to some train tracks and then parked their patrol car on top of them. Why would they do that? After detaining the woman, they started to search her car, and then this happened.
She could have tossed something back.
Tossed it out the window?
She could have, out that window back. Who's that out that window back?
I'm right behind you, Vasquez.
Who's that Hart?
No, that's time check. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Remember, that train cannot stop quickly, and it cannot turn left or right. The woman inside did survive. She has multiple broken bones, but her attorneys are now saying she's awake and speaking. Colorado authorities are investigating how this could possibly happen. Good news for gas buyers, and by that I mean just about everyone. Oil prices fell today. The U.S. oil price fell below $80 for the first time since way back in January. It's likely we'll see that decrease in our pump prices as well. But while we may be paying less now, those price drops are a sign that experts think we could indeed be headed for a recession or already are in one. And shipping your next package might cost you more than you think. Yep, price of poker is going up. FedEx is raising prices for ground and express services by an average of 7% starting next year. The shipping giant blamed the price hike on a reported drop in packages handled. NeighborWorks Waco is now offering classes on literacy and homeownership for any Spanish speakers at the area that would like to take advantage of it. This will be the first time the organization will be catering specifically to the Hispanic population in Waco. Spanish-speaking experts will be giving tips and financial advice to anyone whose first language may not be English. Homeownership Center Manager Chris Qualls hopes these courses will help more Hispanic men and women buy their own homes.
We want to be a partner with our Hispanic neighbors here in Waco. We want to be able to provide financial literacy, financial education training, home ownership education training, because as the population grows, it becomes a larger piece of our economic pie. And we want to make sure those folks have access to wealth generation through equity in homes. We want to make sure they have the access to feel empowered and equipped to achieve their financial goals.
NeighborWorks Waco is on track to pass their goal of helping at least 40 people buy a home this year. They do hope to see that number rise with the help of these upcoming courses. Well, we've worked hard all week. We deserve a nice weekend. Meteorologist Bill Hecky is here to tell us what the weather's going to be like, Bill, but we're still going to have those air conditioners running, aren't we?
Well, there's no big change, even though we're fully into fall. You know, I used to have hair like that guy. It's 85 degrees now, and we've got a 7-mile-an-hour wind, and we're just looking at temperatures coming down tonight. Gradually, Waco's in 85 degrees. Tomorrow we'll be starting cool in the morning, but it gets hot once again. We're still under this ridge of high pressure. That's not going to go away, so skies are going to stay generally open for us. There's just not a great deal of change until we get a front about Sunday night. Temperatures now are in the 70s back to the west of us, the rest of us in the 80s. The lows tonight will be generally in the 60s and 70s, about like we have been the last few days. The sustained winds now are southerly. They're at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll start about 69, hit 100 again. South and southwest winds a little gusty. A stronger wind, warmer temperature ahead of that Sunday night front, but then the cool down comes our way, reinforcing that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So it's going to feel a little better, Chris.
All right, Bill, we always love having you in the studio, and your hair, whatever's left of it, as well.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, Bill. Great to see you. Okay, you might have missed it today, but there's still tomorrow. The city of Belton is hosting its annual Bacon Blues and Brews Festival this weekend, so get on out there and have some fun. There'll be tons of food. There'll be food trucks, there'll be different street artists and vendors selling their work, and of course, plenty of adult beverages. Oh, and how could we forget, there will also be a bacon cook-off.
I think I've seen in the past bacon wrapped gator, bacon wrapped chocolate. I mean, there's some really talented folks out there just really doing some awesome stuff and doing stuff with bacon that I ain't thought of.
And it's so nice to see something like this help the community, put Belton on the map, and also help small business owners.
There will also be live music. Tomorrow's artists are W.C. Clark, the godfather of Austin Blues, the Blue Louie Band, and the Texas Flood Band. All right, little Stevie Ray Vaughan, perhaps. All right, bacon tastings start at 1 p.m. and it's first come, first serve to make sure to get there a little bit early so you can take advantage. Well, we're going to talk a little sports before we turn things over to Curtis. Big 12 Conference plays in full swing this weekend with 8 Big 12 teams in action tomorrow, 6 of them playing a conference opener. With that and more, here's John Morris with a look ahead at this week's Big 12 update.
West Virginia got the Big 12 weekend off to a positive start last night with a 33-10 win over Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. It's the second of 3 Thursday night games for the Mountaineers this season. They'll host Baylor in Morgantown on October 13th. 5 games coming up tomorrow, including Big 12 conference openers for 6 schools. We'll be in Ames, Iowa for 17th ranked Baylor and Iowa State. This has been a very close, competitive series the past few years, including a 31-29 Baylor win in Waco last season. 11 a.m. kickoff tomorrow morning for the Bears and the Cyclones. Also, 22nd ranked Texas goes on the road for the first time this season, playing at Texas Tech in sold-out AT&T Jones Stadium. And Kansas State looks to bounce back from that inexplicable loss to Tulane last week, playing at 6th-ranked Oklahoma. Also tomorrow, in a battle of unbeatens, Kansas hosts Duke in sold-out Memorial Stadium in Lawrence. And it's the battle for the Iron Skillet as TCU visits SMU in the return of Sonny Dykes to the Hilltop. Enjoy the games. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Ames and have more next week. I'm John Morris for 6 Sports.
And that's just a taste of the sports headed your way. Week 5 of the football season. Sports Director Curtis Quillen has it all coming your way in 60 seconds. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3 4. Mic check 1 2 3 4. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3 4. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Thanks. The game isn't over, so
We're the West Trojans, and you're watching Friday Night Lights on 6 News.
It's the first full week of district play, and that means the action in Texas high school football is heating up. Welcome into Friday Night Lights. I'm Curtis Quillen Flying solo in the studio tonight. We'll hear from both Nicole Sheeran and Matt Lively later in the show. Our game of the week comes from where else? The absolute fireworks factory that is District 11 3A Division 1. Reigning state champion Lorena has picked up after a season opening loss at China Spring in our season opening game of the week, winning 3 straight over West. Cedar Hill Trinity Christian, where Neon Dion was recently the offensive coordinator, and last week 4A Division 1 La Vega. Meanwhile, Cameron Yo comes into district play 2-2 with a rare blowout loss for the Yeomen at ranked 4A Division 2 Belleville last week, the home of Baylor's true freshman Richard Reese. Leopards awarded their Lone Star Cup for a stellar 2021-22 school year tonight at halftime. This game of the week, nothing shy of an absolute blood feud. It was a big night. They open district play, they get the trophy, but it's Cameron Yo here on the scoring frenzy back and forth. They end the half with a floater from Yo quarterback Braylon Drake to receiver Raymondo Reyes for 6. End the half 34-14, Yo in the lead. Leopards come out and pounce in the second half as Drake launches one downfield, but it's intercepted. Lorena's running back Braylon Henry gets the touchdown. Lorena ball, they take advantage. Jackson Generals under center. He gets the snap and flicks it. And then it's Henry once again. It's 34-21. Yo says not so fast. You saw Armando Reyes, another Cameron Yo touchdown. That makes the score 40-21. Leopard said we're not done yet. Generals, the snap escapes some traffic. Spin move. Jaden Porter gets it. Money throw. Touchdown Leopards. That brings the third quarter to a close. It's 40-27. It is right now 40-34 Yeomen. Still time on the clock in the fourth quarter. Nicole Sheeran live from Leopard Field. Nicole, an absolute fireworks factory for you there in Lorena tonight.
Seriously, Kurt, we've always said we love front row seats, and I am telling you, our game of the week games never disappoint. Like Matt said it last week, we've had incredible games, and right now, the game is still going on. The score is 48-42. Cameron Yo leads. 9 seconds left on the clock. Now, let me just say, these two teams have fought to the death tonight. Coach Rhodes for Cameron Yo said they have to stop Joe Gutshaw, and they got to stop Jaden Porter. Well, they did that. But then again, they turn around and those guys have themselves a game too. So everybody's working on all ends of the ball tonight. Coach Riles said earlier today that they gotta score early. They didn't do that tonight, but they answered right back, and now they have a whopping 42 points on the board. So this is a high-scoring game. We thought it was going to be like this earlier this week. We thought it was going to be 50-50, and that's exactly what we're getting tonight. The production side on both ends of the ball, I'm impressed all around. The one thing I will say, there's been too many turnovers this game, and that's cost both of these teams tonight. But they have fought to the death.
All right, Nicole, we'll check back in with you here in a few minutes and see if we can get the trophy presentation once there's an actual winner. Let's continue through the Hornets' nest and just stir it up a bit. Academy had sky-high expectations coming into the season and stumbled out of the gate, entering district play 2-2 with back-to-back wins over 4A schools in Hillsboro and Salado last week. The Bees looking to show they've got the train back on the tracks tonight. They are at Troy as the Trojans look to push for a playoff spot this season. Opening district play tonight just north of Buc-ee's. Yes, that's the landmark. The Academy defense starts out making noise. Trojan junior quarterback Ethan Sorensen caught looking, taken down by Clayton Lawson. Troy answers right back. Cooper Valley, the handoff from Sorensen, and he makes a dash down the field, hugging the sideline. He's gone. 92 yards on the score, all the way to the house. Reservations for 6. It's 6-0 Trojans after the missed conversion. Bumblebees answer right back. A floater downfield pass. Casey Moraz to Scout Brazil. You've heard that name, that connection before. This time it goes for 6. We're tied up. It is 7-7 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And no score on that one at the moment. For the first time since 2017, the Battle of the River, opening District 8 3A Division 1 play between Grosbeck and Mejia, standing room only at Black Cat Stadium. After the Goats recover a Mejia punt, quarterback Trent Platt calls his own number on 4th down to extend the Goats' lead to 15-0 in the second quarter. Now the Black Cats looking for the answer. Quarterback Brett Swift hits Jaquez Cooper on the screen pass. Cooper does the rest. Sheds a tackler, stiff arms another, 78 yards to the house. But it would get called back, and the Mejia sideline can't believe it. Aaron Nowell in disbelief, so he must have told his OC, call that touchdown play again, because they did. and it worked again. This time it's 80 yards to the house for Cooper. The 2-point conversion is good, and the Black Cats cut it to 15-8. But right before halftime, time expiring, it's Platt from the Goats, finding his goat. That's a touchdown that puts Groesbeck up 22-8 at the half. We are tied. We are tied 29-29 in the fourth quarter. An electric night of football right here in Central Texas. We'll get back to the high school action, but coming up, Matt Lively live from Des Moines, Iowa, before Baylor faces Iowa State tomorrow. Next, we'll jump up to 6A's. Friday Night Lights continues.
Test, test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you.
All right, let's talk 6A. The Midway Panthers are 0-4 as District 12 6A play begins this week. But get this, the Panthers' non-district schedule featured 4 teams in Mansfield, Odessa, Permian, Austin, Vandegrift, and Rockwall Heath that are a combined 14-2 this season, including facing Midway. But Midway knows it's a new season with district play starting up. Panthers hosting the Hutto Hippos tonight as it welcomes its Hall of Fame class of 2022. Here in the first half, it's Junior Thornton for Midway getting the ball on the opening drive. He goes down the left sideline. Big time game for the Panthers, first down, but they turn it over on downs. Then for the Hippos, he's a hungry one. It's Jalen Banks. Nice run up the middle. Couple plays later, Will Hammond up the middle, calls his own number, untouched into the end zone, 28 yards. It's 7-0 Hutto at that point, but it's Midway with a 48-37 lead right now in the fourth quarter. Okay, we're just getting things started on Friday Night Lights. Next, we'll head to college football and talk live with Matt Lively from Des Moines, Iowa. As we go to the break, though, let's listen to the winner of this week's Battle of the Bands, the Lake Belton Bronco Band. More Friday Night Lights next. don't often do on Friday Night Lights, but we're going to leave the state of Texas. Matt Lively went looking for more proposals and somehow wound up in the cornfields of Iowa. No marriage going down, but the Baylor Bears do happen to be in town to take on Iowa State tomorrow. He joins us live from lovely Des Moines, Iowa. Matt, have you found any corn tonight?
I've been looking for it all over, Curtis. I have to say, I know you like giving me the front row of a lot of games. It is very gracious of you to send me all the way to Iowa. Iowa State taking on Baylor here at 11 a.m. in Ames Saturday morning. I can't wait. I've been looking for the corn. I've got Adventureland. I thought that was going to look a lot cooler behind me, a big theme park and roller coaster place, but nonetheless, it looks pretty small, but we're going to check it out on Sunday. But alas, I am here to cover a football game. Baylor is going to be tested in their second road game of the season. They don't love playing in Ames. They haven't won here since 2016. They've lost their last 2 times out. The atmosphere in Provo really impacted this team, led to 14 penalties, and it's not going to be any quieter at Jack Trice Stadium. Offensive lineman Connor Galvin said that they've taken this game into account as they prepared for the Cyclones.
You have to really address the issues that happened 2 weeks ago, learn from it, fix it, and apply it to this week. And know we know it's going to be loud, we know it's going to be rowdy, we know it's going to be one of those games where it's going to be down to the last play. That's just how Iowa State is. A lot of respect for them, so it's just how we practice versus how they practice.
Points on Saturday. Through 3 games, the Bears have leaned heavily on their run game, and that might not be so easy in this one. Iowa State ranks the best rush defense in the Big 12 so far. This could be the game where we see Jeff Grimes open up his offense and air it out with Blake Shapen. Of course, that could depend on who the Bears have available. Ben Sims and Monterey Baldwin missed last week's game against Texas State. If those two are ready to go, Baylor will certainly breathe a sigh of relief. It's an 11 a.m. kickoff Central Time tomorrow. I have been told that I've got to show up at about 7 a.m. Supposedly the tailgating at Jack Trice Stadium is pretty good, so I am tempted to head out there early. And of course, I'm going to hit Adventureland maybe on Sunday. Really enjoy all Iowa has to offer. It is plentiful out here. But Kurt, I know we're going to talk a little bit later in the show.
We will. We'll check back in with you coming up in Big Picture. We got more Friday Night Lights next. For the first time as a varsity squad, whether outlaw or UIL, the Lake Belton Broncos enter the week off of a loss. Broncos can get going in the right direction again, knowing they can still win District 4-5A Division 1. Broncos visiting Waco High tonight at Waco ISD Stadium. They already won the Battle of the Bands. Can they win the football game? Lake Belton takes the opening kickoff. Running back Tristan Robin takes a handoff. He's going to pick up a nice little gain here. First down, Lake Belton in the Ohio State uniforms. Quarterback Connor Cruz. He had got more offers this week. Throws one across the middle to Dodd Kahn. That sets up this. Cruz to Jaden Leza for the 7-0 lead. A 40-yard touchdown pass. What's the final score on this one? No score. Okay. I'm guessing Lake Belton won. All right, that's it for the NBC portion of our show. Don't worry, we've got so much more Friday Night Lights ahead, including Gridiron Player of the Week and more from Des Moines, Iowa, ahead of Baylor and Iowa State. Friday Night Lights is headed to Facebook, YouTube, 6 News mobile app, the 6 Plus app on Roku and Fire Stick, KCENTV.com. We'll see you there. Welcome into the live stream portion of the show. I'm your traffic cop, Curtis Quillen, flying solo in the studio tonight. We will hear from both Nicole Sheeran and Matt Lively later on in the show. We're in full-blown district mode with every single game from here on out shaping the playoff picture here in Central Texas. Reigning state champion Lorena has picked up after a season-opening loss in a game of the week at China Spring, winning 3 straight over West Cedar Hill Trinity, where Neon Dion was recently the offensive coordinator, and last week against 4A Division I La Vega. Meanwhile, Cameron Yo comes into district play 2-2 with a rare blowout loss for the Yeomen at ranked 4A Division II Belleville last week, the home of Baylor's true freshman Richard Reese. Leopards awarded their Lone Star Cup for a stellar 2021-22 campaign this year at halftime. This game of the week, nothing shy of a blood battle. Scoring frenzy in the first half, back and forth, back and forth. Cameron Yo ends the first half with a floater throw from Braylon Drake to Raymondo Reyes for 6. That ends the half 34-14 Yo. Leopards come out in the second half, picking off Drake as he launches one downfield, and then it's Braylon Henry. And they take advantage. Yeah, that's a touchdown. Jackson Generals under the center. Yeah, you see what happens. It's 34-21. Yo says not so fast. Drake takes the snap, hands it off to receiver Armando Reyes for another Cameron Yo 6. Then the score, that makes the score 40-21, but the Leopards said we're not done yet. Generals rolling out like Johnny Manziel, heaves one down the field. Jaden Porter gets it, stiff arms the man, and he is gone. Another TD. That makes it 40-27 as the third quarter comes to a score. Final score, woo! What a close one, 48-44. Cameron Yo gets the win. Nicole Sheeran had a front row seat to this one. She is standing by the victorious Cameron Yeoman.
30 p.m. at night, and the energy is higher than it's ever been. The Lorena 3-game win streak is officially snapped. Cameron Yo takes home Game 5 Game of the Week trophy. 48-42 final. Congrats, guys. Let's go! Oh! trophy. They broke the trophy, but it's okay because they still won, guys. So we're still excited, right? All right, Coach, come here, Coach. So it was your first district game of the season. How does it feel to have that win under your belt?
Well, I mean, every win in this district is a big win. Every week is going to be a dogfight in this district. I mean, this is the toughest 3A district in the state, and this is just, every game will be like this. And so I'm very proud of my kids. My kids had a great week of preparation. I told them to believe, all right, don't come into the game with any doubts, and they came and they played like I knew they were capable of playing, and I'm proud of each and every one of them. This was a total team effort. We made plays offensively, we made plays defensively, we made plays on special teams. So everybody contributed. I'm very, very proud of them. But once again, it's only one game, and we got the whole district schedule ahead of us.
And Coach, your team came right off the bat, 21 points in the first half. Tell me about that offensive performance. Come here a little bit. I want you to be in the screen, Coach.
Well, I mean, I've got some playmakers. I've got a quarterback that can get the ball to my playmakers, and I've got some playmakers that he can throw to, and I've got some good running backs. And in order to do all that, it takes a great offensive line. So we're, I feel like we got a chance to be pretty good offensively. And so we're going to keep working, getting better. And if we can, keep improving each and every week, we're going to be really, really good in all phases of the game.
Earlier this week, you talked to me about how it was important for you to have a season starter, non-district, tough schedule to prep your team for a game like this tonight. Do you feel that it did that?
Oh, absolutely. I told the kids all week long, we're tested, we're battle tested, and we're, we played good people and it made us better. And tonight is a result of the non-district schedule that we played.
Now, everybody on this squad had an awesome game, but Armando, where are you? Come here. This guy right here, wide receiver. You had, running back. I'm so sorry, running back. Gosh, you had an incredible game. You had a kick return. Tell me.
That was Trajan.
Gosh, I'm confusing everybody. All right, you had a kick return. Tell me about that play.
I got the ball. The hole opened up perfectly. Everybody got their block, and then it was there. Just ran through.
And Braylon, quarterback, come here, my guy right here. All right, every side of the ball. The run game was strong tonight. The passing game was strong tonight. What did you see from your team out there?
I just seen our team executing very well. O-line doing a great job blocking every play. Coaches calling the great plays and executing very well.
Well, it's safe to say that this squad worked the hardest tonight, and it's only the beginning of District 11 3A play. They started off strong. They're going to try to carry that momentum. What are you guys going to try to carry that momentum next game? Oh, yeah. Yeah? All right. Well, I'll throw it back to you, Kurt, in the studio, and hopefully this trophy is fixable.
Hopefully. I've never seen a team break the trophy before. That's a first here on Friday Night Lights. First proposal, first
They're just
trophy
too excited
breaking.
that it broke.
First everywhere this month. Okay, let's talk 5A now. Belton, thought of statewide as a dark horse in 5A Division II Region 3, heading into district play with a pretty strong resume to this point. Wins over Huntsville and Pflugerville-Hendrickson. Can they keep this train rolling as we go to the highlights of this district opener between the Tigers and Pflugerville High, opening District 11 5A Division II. We play on homecoming night halfway through the first quarter. It's QB Ty Brown to Garrett Oliveira for the TD here, followed by the extra point. It's 14-0 Belton at that point. Rest of this game, just defensive stops. Yeah, the Tigers defense too much for the Panthers. Wyatt Butler tackles quarterback Cole Taylor near the goal line after the PAT here. You're going to see the Panthers, who are thought of to have the best athletes in the district here. Yeah, that's going to be a QB stop for the Tigers. Following the play, 4th and 3, they go for it. 30 seconds left in the quarter and nowhere to go. He's taken down by a few Tiger players. That ends the first half and is 28-7. Belton, your final score. All right, the Connolly Cadets are red hot. The Connolly's 3-1 entering the week, and although they enter this week off a loss to China Spring, with 2 more games to continue to build before their short 4-week sprint through District 11 4A Division II play begins. Cadets hosting Brownwood tonight on homecoming night at Mac Peoples Stadium. Packed house for this one against Brownwood. Second quarter, Kiefer Sibley out of the Wildcat goes to his left, bulldozes his way for a first down for the Cadets. The drive would eventually stall. It's 21-14 Brownwood. 4 seconds left in the quarter. Junior Martinez tries one from 45 yards. It's up. It's good. Lions up 10 at the half. Impressive kick there for Brownwood. Let's go to the score on this one. It is 52-21, all Brownwood tonight in Lacey Lakeview. Well, they've met in the first round of the playoffs the past 2 years, but things have definitely changed this time out. We talking 2A. Obviously, Marlin is not off to the start season, imagine, but District 8 2A Division I play begins tonight with the reigning state semifinalists aiming to end a 4-game losing streak dating back to that semifinal against Hawley. Bulldog battle as Marlin travels to Bosqueville tonight on Crazy Sock Night in Bosqueville. Bosqueville goes 3 and out to start. Ensuing Marlin drive, pass out to the flat for Zamarion Lofton, who sheds one tackler, stiff arms another, picks up a Marlin first down later in the drive. 1st and 10 from the 25. Desmond Woodson going for it all, finding Jeffrey Mims straight into your living room or your phone screen in your car. 7-0 Marlin at that point. What's the final on this one? 41-0 all Marlin. Look out. Those Bulldogs are hot. Continuing through that district, Rosebud Lot visiting Crawford tonight at beautiful Pirate Field. Pirates with the game's first TD here in the first quarter. It's Breck Chambers, the big 6'1" fella, the senior, the cutback. 7-0 Pirates at that point. He finds Pater. Yeah, put those arms up, ref. And the Pirates are rolling tonight at home. Second quarter now, it's Cameron Walker. He'd also love to prove to be a threat on the ground. The drive stalls, though, at the 5-yard line here. So they come out to try the field goal, and it's no good. All Pirates as the night plays on. You see the missed field goal here. It's 35-0 is your final. Elsewhere in 8-2A Division I tonight, how about Moody hosting Valley Mills tonight in the Bearcat Bowl? Moody has not won a district game since 2019. Bearcats up 10-0 late in the second. Moody with the pick. Ricky Aguilar, the INT, said my ball, and it's Bearcat football. Bearcats with time to score before the half, 23 seconds, but it's another interception. It's Will McDonald, the pick near the end zone, saves the half for Valley Mills. It's 10-0 Bearcats at that point. But how about this? 10-6 is your final. Moody with its first district win since 2019. All right, 3A ball. McGregor visiting Franklin in District 11, 3A Division I. That's a hornet's nest, and it starts with Franklin's Court Lowry to Jaden Jackson for a touchdown for the Lions here. Home of the Lions, Hedrick Field. Franklin's Lowry again to Devin Hidrago, a touchdown. McGregor, can they answer here on the road? J.L. Singer looking to pass. Yeah, that's Datron Owens on the handoff, on the jet sweep, and that's a Bulldog touchdown, and they're barking right back. It's okay. If you're a Franklin fan, you'll like this play. If you're a McGregor fan, I recommend you look away, because when Bryson Washington tends to touch the football, it typically turns into points. And here, nobody's going to catch him. There is a hand on him, so he's not untouched, technically. You see where this one's going. Franklin, a really good team, and they did what really good teams do. They rolled 69-32. Last night, homecoming night for Chaparral at Searles Stadium hosting University. Second quarter, we picked this one up. It's Elijah Coleman going for the home run ball. And unlike Aaron Judge last night, he gets it, finding Joel Sechrist to extend the lead to 21-0. Don't worry, Judge got it tonight, so he hit 61. Still in the second, the handoff is to Sechrist, and he punches it in. 28-0 Trojans at that point. All University last night, 49-16. Your final. Temple opening district play tonight in 6A play at Merrill Green Stadium against Bryan. First quarter, Reese Rumfield throws a screen pass to Jeremiah Lennon, and he's going to make one miss, turn on the afterburners, and that's a vapor trail you see behind him. 7-0 Wildcats, and the blue front white back magic is rolling at that point. Second quarter now, and it's going to continue. Yeah, there's a celebrating Wildcat. Second quarter, Vikings on the prowl. Creed Pierce looking for something. He gets crushed. Ball falls into the hands of the white jerseys, and they score again. That's a hashtag scoop and score, 14-0 after they made PAT. Bryan with life, though, after that. Javalyn Wade takes one to his left, cuts back up toward the middle, bounces back to the outside. That's a nice game, picks up a first down, moves the chains. Later in the drive, Wade capping it off with a nice run, gets the handoff here, but the PAT no good as he finds Paydirt. It's 14-6 Temple at that point. Yeah, what's the final score on this one? How about it? Temple rolls 53-19. I told you not to kick dirt on the Wildcats. Elsewhere in Class 5A, Killeen all over Granbury tonight, 40-22, and Shoemaker rallies to beat Ellison 16-10. 8. Last night, 6A, Rashawn Sanford and Harker Heights opening district play at Pflugerville Weiss. That's Houston commit Rashawn Sanford to you. Second drive for the Wolves in the first. Tate Ryland over the middle throws a strike to Torrey Simmons Jr. Weiss is on the board. Wolves are howling at 7-0 ensuing night's drive. You got to keep track of number 6 because if you don't, he will burn you for 6. Sanford straight through the Wolves defense. 64 yards. We're tied up at 7. 14-7 Heights here late in the second. Critical fourth down, and Sanford in the Wildcat grinds out the first down, and then it's back to fourth down. Less than a minute to play. It's Dylan Plake to Alexander Bailey. That dials up a touchdown. 21-7 heading to the locker room. 21-14 is your final. Harker Heights gets a win.
I thought they responded well. I mean, Weiss is a good football team. You know, they're on a 2-game win streak. They beat some quality teams. And, you know, you always want to start district off 1-0, right? And so for us to come out here and play a team that won 11 football games last year, and a lot of returners coming back, to come away with a 21-14 win is huge.
Next week, it's Harker Heights. It's midway Friday night at the Dancing Lights at Leo Buckley Stadium. All right, time now for one of our favorite parts of the show. It's Gridiron Player of the Week, where we recognize an outstanding performance from the previous Friday. Nicole Sheeran is live from Lorena. Nicole, Gatesville with a big win gets a big honor.
Gatesville with a big win, and let me tell you, at Gatesville, it runs in the family. Lawson Mooney is the type of player, free safety. He makes noise on that gridiron, and that's why he won our Week 5 Gridiron Player of the Week.
Kind of comes with their last name. Moonies are known to be aggressive, hard hitters.
20 tackles, 12 solo tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and 1 pass breakup. Gatesville junior free safety Lawson Mooney was aggressive and more on Friday night.
My goal was to, the first drive, set the tone, and I think I did that. Hit the QB pretty hard in the third play of the game. Got everybody pumped up. So I think that set the tone good, and we just carried on from that.
But it didn't just stop at tackles.
You know, people really don't realize is he had a fake punt too. We threw him a ball on a fake punt for about 50 yards. He got that, so that's added on to his stat total too.
Mooney's performance on Friday night was no surprise for this Gatesville squad.
He's a kid that we put in the middle of the field. He's one of our best defensive players, one of our best players on our team. He works really hard during the week. He dedicates a lot of time, and it shows in his preparation how he played Friday.
Big-time tackles run in the family. The Hornets have not 1, but 2 Moonies on that field.
It's like a trust, because I know when I do my job, he's going to do his job. So we kind of have that bond together on the field of knowing that we have each other's backs.
They both did their job that night. And with family comes a little competition.
It's really fun playing with him, and we compete with each other so he can get more tackles, and it just makes each of us better.
Lawson beat his cousin by 9 extra tackles. But there's one other thing that comes with the Mooney name.
He hates losing. And when you have somebody that hates losing and puts the work in and grinds as much as he does, you know, him to go play and play like he did is definitely something that, like I said, he's earned. And it's exciting to see, and I can't wait to see what he does the rest of the year.
I mean, Kurt, what an incredible player. Lawson Mooney, like they said, it runs in the family. I love that sort of competition on the field. It makes it fun out there. Gatesville had that win tonight, and I think this is only the start for this Lawson Mooney kid out there.
All right, Nicole, thanks. We'll check back in with you in just a minute. Okay, earlier in the show, we showed you a big-time win for University in their district opener last night. In our season debut of Coach Talk, trust us, there's been a lot of issues with games going late. It's not for a lack of effort. Here's my conversation from earlier today with University head coach Kent Laster.
Joining us on the FNL hotline, the head coach of the University Trojans, Kent Laster. Coach, you guys opened district play with a big-time win. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's great to start off on the right track, start district play.
What clicked for you guys against Chaparral last night?
Just offensively, we got the ball first. They won the coin toss and deferred, and we got the ball, and we knew every possession we had when we had the ball, we had to take care of business and capitalize and run the ball and throw when we had to. The first score was actually a throw out in the flat, and our freshman wide receiver London Smith wound up taking it into the end zone. But really, that was it. Just capitalizing because our amount of snaps were minimized, so we had to just handle and control what we can control, and take care of the ball and get it in the end zone.
This is a program that's been needing a jolt. Your second year there in South Waco, but 2-3 isn't the end goal. But how big of a progress step is that for the Trojans to get to 2 wins in a season, given where the program was at when you took this job in January of 2021?
Yeah, I mean, 2 is not our goal at the end of the year. We want to keep winning football games, and obviously, if you know a little bit about university, high school, it's been some challenging years for about a decade, and that was part of the challenge and the opportunity to come here. I was looking forward to trying to build a winner in university, and we're still trying to do that. We still got a lot to get better at, and at the end of the day, we're 3 points away from being 4-1. We could have four wins by now, so we've got to learn those lessons and just remain humble and understand that we've got a lot of work to do. We've got a lot to clean up, and we are battle tested in our first 4 games, which has gotten us ready for district, and use those lessons that we had to learn by coming up 1 point short in one game and 2 points short in another game to finish out and close out in the fourth quarter in the district play.
You're in a district that is top to bottom filled with athletes, with great coaches, and with great teams. Obviously, the goal for every team is a playoff spot. What is it going to take in the last 5 games for your Trojans to try to make that goal happen for the first time in a long time?
We're just trying to take it one game at a time and be 1-0 each week. At the end of the day, you can think big picture, but we've got to really focus on day to day, week by week, and game to game. And so right now, we've won our first district game, and we've got a a bye week, I should say. And now we've got to get ready to play and get a win against Pflugerville back at our high school or at our WISD Stadium, I should say. But that's what we're looking forward to, and we got our work cut out for us. That's something that's kind of dangling out in front of us. We really need to get a home win. So far this year, both our wins have been on the road, and we need to bring it back home and win a game in front of our home crowd. And of course, you mentioned there's great athletes. Pflugerville probably has the best athletes in the district, and so they're a tremendous challenge, and we look forward to it, and we're looking forward to coming back home and playing in front of our fans.
Without giving away any of your game plan against Pflugerville or anyone after that, like Rouse and Belton, what is probably the biggest thing that you want to work on with your kids on this open week that comes probably at a perfect time for you guys?
Mm-hmm. A lot of it is obviously we're gonna do football and work our X's and O's in our game planning and all that stuff. But then it's also, this is a time that we do a retreat with our seniors during the bye week, and then we also just really focus on things like 6 weeks is coming up, grades, a new start to a new 6 weeks, and then also all the little macro things that we talk about, from how they are in the locker room, how they leave their locker, how they are into the class, how they present themselves, just really going back and reminding each player, hey, the discipline starts not when you get on the field, but it starts with everything you do before you ever get on the field. And so this is a good time, because although we are game planning, we are not quite at the pace we would be as if we were playing a game. So we can spread it out a little more, and we can really focus on some things that maybe we hadn't been able to focus on the last 5 weeks.
My last question, you brought up you need to bring it back home, get a win in front of the fans at Waco ISD Stadium. To be able to do that, what would that mean to you, these kids, and this Trojan program?
Oh, it means everything. I mean, University in South Waco is hungry for a win, and all the big picture things that we talk about in the long run. Every win is like that. I mean, we've played You know, like I said, we had a 2-point game and a 1-point game in front of our crowd, and we controlled the 1-point win all the way up until the very end. And so, you know, what we're trying to teach our kids is, hey, you know, take that experience and allow that to make you work harder so that we don't come up 1 or 2 points short. And I know it'll mean a lot for the Waco, South Waco community in particular, but also University Trojans and alum that are in this community.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck in your open week and against Pflugerville coming out of it, and best of luck to you down the stretch as the season rolls on.
All right. Thank you. Once a Trojan, always a Trojan.
All right, thank you to Kent Lasher for his time today. Real quick, couple of scores, 35-0 Lake Belton over Waco High. A couple of technical issues prevented us from showing you these scores earlier in Academy. 45-29 winners over Troy. Let's bring Matt Lively back into the fold from Iowa. Matt, real quick before we bring Nicole back into this and talk high school, give me your biggest key to Baylor and Iowa State tomorrow.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, Curtis. The biggest key is going to be Baylor really opening up this passing game. This is a great rush defense that they're going to face. The other thing I want to look at, takeaways. Baylor has had 2 all season. They've emphasized jackers and robbers and getting the ball on defense. They're going to face an Iowa State defense that has 8 so far. That's best in the Big 12 and 9th in the nation. So if they can't keep up with them, it's not going to be pretty for the Baylor Bears. Those are my keys.
All right, I kind of agree with you there. Let's bring Nicole Sheeran into the mix, and let's have everybody just ready to go. Nicole, let's start with you. Most shocking result tonight?
Guys, I got to go. I don't want to say shocking because of Shoemaker's performance last week, but I got to go with Shoemaker Ellison. I mean, what a comeback they had from what you were saying, Kurt. When I heard that, my mouth dropped. What a comeback from a team who had an incredible game last week against Lake Belton. I mean, I don't want to say I'm surprised because that is a very tough squad. But Shoemaker, wow.
Yeah, you respond to an emotional win with a nice little rally. That's always good. Matt, your most shocking result tonight, whether good or bad?
I'm going Midway. They take down Hutto. They get a win for Coach Anderson. I saw him last night in Pflugerville. We were talking about his team, and he said, we're close. We're not there yet, but we're close. And for them to get a win against a really good Hippos team, I'm just pretty pumped for the Panthers out there in Waco right now.
You got to take advantage of situations when you can. The Hippos in a bit of a transition. How about Moody? Guys, snapping a 3-year district losing streak. They beat Valley Mills, a team that had playoff hopes this year. Moody, to me, my most shocking result this week, Chris's hairdresser. Chris Radcliffe shot this game for us. His hairdresser was in the stands for this one, and what a shocking result. Hat tip to Matt Hurst, the former Lorena assistant, who took over a program that is in a rut and found a way to win a district game for the first time since 2019. Guys, is there a dark horse that's emerging from our area, or is it pretty much the same as we left it in the season? Real quick, give me one team. Nicole, we'll start with you.
Okay, I know it was our game of the week, and I know we came into this that Cameron Yo and Lorena were both 50-50.
I was going with this too.
But guys, Cameron Yo showed me something tonight. We've said it in the past. Our game of the weeks have been incredible, and tonight was no difference. I mean, Cameron Yo showed me something out there that I've never seen before on all sides of the ball. Pass game, run game, defense. I mean, it was incredible to watch, truly. And I had a front row seat, and you know we love front row seats.
We love a front row seat. Matt, is there a dark horse emerging to you as you look at the results tonight?
Before I even get to that, I'm confused. Was Radcliffe doing someone's hair in the stands at Moody? Was his hairdresser there?
Yeah, wait, I need
we're gonna have to talk about at a later date.
At the Moody game, she lives in Valley Mills. She's a Valley Mills grad.
Okay, so we're just throwing out shout-outs to the hairdresser. I love it. That kills me. It's not like a surprise, but Harker Heights Temple is going to run District 12 6A. And talking with people in that district, they believe that as well. Harker Heights is legit. I watched them last night for the first time. It's not a surprise. It's not a dark horse. We know how good the Knights are, but book it. Temple, Harker Heights, be there.
Mine is Midway. Midway showed that non-district really challenged them, and they're building on it from here. Nicole, what?
I just wanted to tell all the viewers, for those of you who were watching the trophy presentation, I just want to give an up-close view. I'm leaving here with a battle scar, but also a mouth guard, so souvenirs.
Hey, Glad you're okay. Thank you guys so much. We will see you on the air tomorrow. That's it for week 5 of the Texas high school football season. For Nicole Shearer and Matt Lively, Ethan Clark, our producer, Rob Kelso, Michael Graham, and all of us working the late shift here at 6 News. I'm Curtis Quillen. We'll see you next Friday under the lights.